And so I think they'll sweep the Commanders and they'll beat your Raiders. I know you got faith in the Raiders. That's why you're really iffy about this. Bills might beat them. I mean, that could go either way. But here's the other thing. I don't have confidence in the Cowboys to win out.
Oh, really?
What have we seen? Oh, they look great against Philly and Kansas City, and then get boat raced when it really matters against the Lions. And they were boat raced. What was it, 27-9 at one point? They lost by 2 touchdowns. So I'm just like,
they're really
I think the Chargers are better than them.
Oh, I
don't.
Not to the I don't in their present states. I don't. I think the Cowboys the last month have been a better team than the Chargers. I mean, they both
favored against the Chargers.
There's no reason for me to think the Cowboys.
The Cowboys are going to be well again. The Cowboys,
they'll do something. They would blow it.
So
they would blow it.
It is surprising. But you wouldn't be shocked, Brew, if the Cowboys win their next 3. You wouldn't I don't think you would. The Vikings, Chargers.
I mean, they're not like world beaters, but I think the Chargers. We'll see what I say that week, but right now I feel like the Chargers will beat them. Because I just think the Cowboys have not shown me anything to make me feel like, you know what, they can sustain a long run. They cannot talk about the Super Bowl. They cannot get giddy because, well, we got it going. I mean, that's what they do. After a win or two, everybody's celebrating Quinnen Williams and we're back, baby, and here we go. No, you're not.
I buy that to a degree. I guess the point that I'm making is I don't think you'd be shocked if they beat the Chargers.
It's not shocking.
Right.
Chargers
and so
great.
If the Cowboys go 3-0 in the next 2, and even if we give Philly the road Commanders game, if they lose to Buffalo, they walk into Week 18 with the season on the line. And this team has felt to me like a team that has been waiting to They brought in an inflatable bunny to the locker room because the vibes were so bad. They responded to that, Brew, with the worst game the quarterback's ever played.
Focusing squarely on the Dallas Cowboys, the possibility of them overtaking the Philadelphia Eagles in the standings is undoubtedly within the realm of plausibility. They absolutely have a fighting chance. However, the primary agency in this scenario lies with the Eagles themselves. Their performance will dictate the feasibility of a Dallas comeback. Consequently, I don't deem it productive to engage in exhaustive speculation about each potential Eagles loss. While such outcomes are possible, aligning with the sentiment that if Dallas secures victories in their next 2 contests, stumbles against Buffalo, and triumphs in a final hypothetical showdown, the division could hinge on that ultimate week. This logic is sound, but the path is fraught with unpredictability. The landscape is complicated by the fluctuating motivations and capabilities of Dallas's upcoming opponents. Consider the Los Angeles Chargers. Their Week 16 clash with the Chiefs could dramatically alter their competitive posture. If the Chargers manage to defeat Kansas City, they might approach their subsequent game with a different calculus, prioritizing health and caution for a postseason run, potentially limiting Justin Herbert's exposure to risk, even if a win is still desired. Similarly, by season's end, teams like the Denver Broncos or Las Vegas Raiders could either be resting starters or simply be less formidable opponents, creating ostensibly easier potential matchups for others in the league. From the Cowboys' vantage point, several opponents loom as significant question marks. The Minnesota Vikings, with J.J. McCarthy at quarterback, present a classic uncertainty. The Washington Commanders, perhaps energized by a quarterback change or simply playing a spoiler role in a rivalry game, cannot be dismissed, as their recent competitive showing against Denver demonstrated. Even the New York Giants in the final week are an enigma. Will they be incentivized to play for draft positioning or relish the opportunity to ruin their rival's season? This end-of-year volatility makes forecasting exceptionally challenging. The more predictable tests arrive earlier, namely against the Vikings and Chargers. These matchups pose clear tactical questions. Can the much-discussed Dallas defense prove its legitimacy by disrupting a promising young quarterback in J.J. McCarthy, especially on the road? Conversely, can the inventive Brian Flores defense in Minnesota generate enough pressure and confusion to slow down Dak Prescott and the Cowboys' offense, thereby allowing McCarthy to operate from a favorable conservative script supported by the run game? When assessing Dallas's chances of catching Philadelphia, my conclusion is a definitive, of course they have a chance. Is it the probable or likely outcome? That's a different question entirely. The current identity of both the Cowboys and Eagles is shrouded in inconsistency. I could readily believe a scenario where the Eagles win all their remaining games. I could just as easily accept one where the Cowboys do. A muddled outcome where both teams drop 2 of their final 4 contests also feels entirely plausible. The NFL's inherent chaos is the dominant factor. Consider the myriad volatile subplots. Could a backup quarterback like Geno Smith or Kenny Pickett suddenly ignite, leading an opponent to an explosive offensive day against a vulnerable Eagles secondary? Could J.J. McCarthy decide a primetime game is his moment to announce his arrival, unleashing his arm talent against a Cowboys defense whose true caliber remains debatable? Could Brian Flores' defensive unit elevate and become the disruptive force needed to spring an upset? Weeks or months ago, I might have projected these games with more confidence, assigning likely wins and tentative losses. Presently, I find myself in a state of genuine uncertainty. If you informed me the Commanders defeated the Cowboys, I would not be shocked. Perhaps I'm overvaluing Washington's spirited performance against Denver, but it demonstrated a capability that makes the upset conceivable, even if the Vikings later handled them comfortably. The Chargers present another paradox. They defeated the Eagles, but that victory required Philadelphia to commit 4 or 5 turnovers and miss a field goal, with the game still extending to overtime. Justin Herbert was pressured 26 times and sacked 7 in that contest. By the time they face Dallas, Herbert's health may be improved, but if they lose to Kansas City the week prior, their meeting with the Cowboys could become a desperate, must-win affair, demanding Herbert's absolute best. This fluidity of circumstance makes each game a unique entity. Ultimately, this uncertainty is what makes the late-season stretch compelling. These games carry profound meaning, which is precisely what every fan and analyst should desire. There is a legitimate possibility that Week 18 features a simultaneous win-and-in scenario for both the Cowboys and Eagles, with the entire football world tuned to parallel broadcasts. That is the drama the schedule promises. So, do the Dallas Cowboys have a chance to catch the Philadelphia Eagles? Unequivocally, yes. The door is ajar, but navigating through it requires them to conquer a gauntlet of opponents whose own motivations and capabilities are in a constant state of flux, while also hoping their arch-rival stumbles along an equally precarious path. In this season of parody, predicting the precise sequence of events is a fool's errand, but acknowledging the very real possibility is the only rational stance. Those are my measured thoughts on the matter. I'm keen to hear your perspective. What is your assessment of the Dallas Cowboys' chances to overtake the Eagles for the division crown? Which remaining game on their schedule do you view as the greatest obstacle or the most likely pitfall? Please share your detailed analysis in the comments below. I read every single comment. Whether you agree with this assessment of unpredictability or believe the odds are more clearly defined, let's engage in a substantive discussion. Let's have a spirited, but ultimately respectful, debate about the NFC East's thrilling conclusion. If you appreciate this style of situational, schedule-focused analysis, please consider subscribing. We are building a vibrant community here dedicated to intelligent NFL discourse, and I would be thrilled to have you join. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it significantly helps with visibility and allows these conversations to reach a broader audience. Thank you for your time and engagement.